In this lesson, we're really going to talk about one thing specifically, which is a 1-6-2-5 intro in the key of C. So it'll be C major, A minor, D minor, G7. And specifically, I'm playing C major 7, A minor 7 for the 6th chord, D minor, a little baby D minor, just the root, the flat 7 and the 3rd, and the same thing with the G, G7, root, flat 7, 3rd. So the most basic way to do this would be to like Freddie Green it or La Pomp it. But that's a nice strong intro. If you do that, everybody's going to know where you are tempo-wise. They're going to know when to come in. They can feel that the chords are progressing. They feel the 5 chord is the end, and in they go. So that ain't bad. That's good. Now, let's add a little something to that 1-6-2-5. Let's walk a bass. And the quickest way to walk a bass line, the quick jazz cheat, is to do chromatic approach chords, especially when the chords are like 2 beats each. So this way, you're doing the note of the chord you're on, and then a half step below the chord you're going to. Or a half step above the chord you're going to. Half step above, half step below. And that's a walking bass line using chromatic approach notes. And the last chord I'm ending on there is a C major 7 sharp 11. So instead of the 5th, I lower that to the sharp 11. I get 1 sharp 11, major 7, 3. Nice. So the next thing that we could do is we could sub out this 1 chord for the 3 chord, because they're both considered what's called tonic harmony. The 1 chord, the 3 chord, and the 6 chord are all tonic harmony. So now instead of doing 1-6-2-5, now we're going to do 3-6-2-5. And you'll notice that my 6th chord now changes to a dominant chord. 3 minor 7, 6 dominant 7, 2 minor 7, 5 dominant 7, 1. The reason for this is that in jazz, especially from bebop on, we're really into 2 5s. It's a big part of what we do. So that minor 6 becomes a dominant 6. So it looks like 2-5, another 2-5, and then we're home. So we can do the same treatment that we did here to the new ones, including walking the bass. So that's pretty cool. Now, let's go a step further. Now we're going to do flat 5 subs for all the dominant chords. So as of now, we have 2 dominant chords because we've made our A dominant and we have our G dominant. So the flat 5 sub for A is E flat. We're going to play a 9 chord. The flat 5 sub for G is D flat. We're going to play D flat 9. So it's going to yield us some nice sounds. So now, if I played it this way, I would get. So that's really good voice leading. Everything is connecting by whole or half step, which is groovy. Now I'm going to change my little minor chords to minor 11 chords. And just to make them a little fuller and to add another dimension to what we're doing. So now with these flat 5 subs, I can add some embellishment. Alright, so now this is an E minor 11. And then this is E flat 13 to a regular E flat 9, D minor 11 to D flat 13, regular D flat 9, and then I landed on a C6. It's pretty groovy. Now, you can add two other things to just what we have. We can change the tempo, and we can change the rhythm. So those are other two gigantic components to doing this. So if we just slow the rhythm down, when you slow the rhythm down, it gives you more time to play sort of more notes. As the tempo slows down, the harmonic density can increase and it'll still sound good. So if we're doing a ballad, we could do. So I just added a lot more notes in those chords. And my last chord, instead of playing the D flat 9, you could think of it as a D flat 9 sharp 11 or G7 sharp 5. But it gives it an augmented sound, coming back to the home chord. So in a ballad, again, the tempo would be slower. You could just play a lot more notes. And another thing that you can do is change the rhythm of what you're playing. Instead of playing, you could do the dotted quarter eighth. And you could do the dotted quarter eighth using the subs. So there's a lot that you could do. Just taking this one basic idea, there's probably endless variations that you could do. And then, of course, you could do the whole thing in different keys, because it's one thing to do it with a root on the 5th string chord, a whole different thing to do it with a root on the 6th string chord. You know, it might make you play. So take this, the stuff that I've given you, and do your own thing with it. And practice, practice, practice. And it would be great if you could record yourself doing something with this and send it in to me. And we'll check it out. All right? Thanks.